Listen here, girl. I know you think it's a game, but it is absolutely not. Okay, this is the energy supplement from Just Move Supplements. That's right. It's damn near all gone, girl, and that's because I had to get that energy up so I can complete the workout, so I can give y'all this body, this transformation, get into it, okay? And I'm done working out now, so that's why we're moving on to the protein shake. Oh yes, it's already in there, girl. It's already made right here. This is the mixture of the banana pudding, the chocolate cake, and the buttercream cupcake. And you really want to be fancy, you can go ahead and add that blueberry muffin if that's what you want to do, girl. But for me, it's these three right here, okay? You put that with some almond milk, you mix it all up in honey, okay? Your muscles have gained life, new energy, agility. Get into it, okay? Just Move Supplements. Thank you very much. Hold up, Chief. Okay, don't forget about that TLC NutriBurst to get that multivitamin pocket, because we all need a little extra. And child, if you want that sea moss that go down smooth, don't come up rough, okay? Get into the TLC Nautica sea moss. Yes, get that from me. And child, if your stomach hurt and you need to move some things around so you can be free, okay, go ahead and get that ISO tea down below in the description box. Get it all from me. Come on in, come on in, come on in, not come on in, not come. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird, whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Yo! What's up, people? We're back for the BondyBlue show. I know it's late, but y'all, today has been a task, and I still have more to do after this video. So without any further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into the topics, child. Yeah, we you're not the only one that cringed. We're gonna go ahead and get into it. So let's go ahead and start with Letitia Wright, y'all. I have been avoiding talking about Letitia for a while now, because most of what I've been hearing is, more of this poke situation. We don't want to get poked, even if it means missing out on $1 million movie. Like, okay, got it. We're good. We got you. But let's read what they're saying about Letitia here. Okay. Had to get a protein shake, child. So could Letitia Wright's personal anti-COVID vaccine beliefs indefinitely halt production for Black Panther 2? As previously reported, news broke earlier this week that production for Black Panther Wakanda Forever would be taking a brief hiatus. This is reportedly due to an injury that Letitia Wright, 28, sustained while filming a scene for the upcoming sequel. Initially, it was reported that production attempted to carry on with filming while they waited for Letitia Wright to return back to the U.S. from London, where she's been recovering. However, it was ultimately ruled that filming for the sequel would be placed on pause until early 2022, when Wright is able to come back to the States and resume filming. But thanks to a new COVID travel rule recently implemented by the CDC, Letitia Wright's plans to return to America to finish filming Black Panther 2 may not happen. On November 8th, the CDC announced that all non-immigrants and non-U.S. citizens flying to America must be fully vaccinated against COVID-19 and give proof of their vaccination status prior to boarding a plane to the country. This rule could keep Wright from returning to America to finish filming Black Panther 2 because she's not vaccinated. Wright has been very vocal about her stance on not wanting to receive the COVID vaccine. Last December, the actress found herself in a hot seat for sharing a video online encouraging people not to get it. She later issued an apology via Twitter saying, "My intention was not to hurt anyone. My only intention of posting the video was to raise my concerns with what the vaccine contains and what we are putting in our bodies, nothing else." This past October, she also had to shut down allegations that she was sharing anti-vax beliefs while filming her Marvel project. Okay, she said, "It saddens me to address the reports published by The Hollywood Reporter on October 6, 2021. The report spoke about my conduct on the set of Black Panther 2. I honestly assert that this was completely untrue." Because they were basically saying she was going around telling everybody they shouldn't be getting vaccinated, which is not what happened. Okay. Either way, when we were talking about our boy Ice Cube deciding to turn down his $9 million movie for, this vaccine situation, not wanting to be vaccinated. Everybody was like, oh, he has the money, it's his choice. And now we're looking at Letitia like, do you have the money? Because I don't think you do. I think that, she is a new artist, a new actress, newer. She is known, but that doesn't mean that she's making the money that Cube has accumulated over his 30-year career. So I am wondering, are you going to pass up on being a part of Black Panther 2 because you don't want to get the poke? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It is a money thing. Can they not scrap her? Will it cause legal issues? Because I don't know why they won't move on without her. Oh, fucking well, you don't want the shot. You don't want your check. What else is going on? Child, we already been waiting 2 years, okay? Cube has the money and is established enough to do so. She can't afford to be blackballed. She's a woman as well. Let's not forget that Black men can do these types of things all day, every day, but a Black woman, I'm not so sure she will be given the same grace. I really want to see her in the movie. I think we all do. I think we all want the movie to come back as close to the original as it possibly can, considering what happened to Chadwick Boseman, But at the end of the day, if people feel this strongly, then hey, it's their bodies, it's their choice. I'm gonna have the same response that I had for him. It's her body, it's her choice. If she's going to pass up on this for that, then it's her decision. But I feel the same way I felt about Cube. All of this for that little shot, huh? All this for that little shot. Okay. Okay. Can we call it stupid yet? No, it's still not there. I can't call it stupid yet, right? We gotta wait a little. Okay, we'll wait a little while longer. We'll wait a little while longer. I'll hold off on it. I really will. Child, there's always somebody in the comments. There's always somebody in the comments with this. There are some people that cannot get the shot for medical reasons, especially. Worley, I know. One of my followers, Sporty Girl, is one of those people. And I have to tell her all the time, nobody's talking about y'all. This lady does not have any pre-existing medical conditions, I feel like. And I could be wrong. I'm open to be wrong. But it just feels like, girl, you out there doing stunts and shit on the Black Panther Marvel movie, girl. You all right. You all right. You don't want to do it because of your own personal beliefs. I believe that's what she said. She didn't say she didn't want to get it because, I'm sickly and it'll harm me. That's not what she said. She said she didn't want to get it because of her own personal beliefs. Because y'all worried about what y'all putting in y'all bodies and all of that all of a sudden. That's all. And I just said that I think it's stupid. I think it's stupid. I think that once you have gotten the shot and you realize it's really not that fucking deep, like all of this seems very political. It seems very Trumpish. Like, I'm sorry, but a lot of y'all, Black or not, like y'all's feelings about this comes off to me like the way Trump people feel about wearing masks and shit. Like, I just don't want to be told what to do. So I'm going to come up with every reason in the book to argue with you about it. And I'm going to make huge statements and fall on a sword. Also, I don't have to get 2 shots. And I just kind of feel like everybody's everybody can do that. Everybody's entitled to do that. But it just kind of feels like, okay, people should leave her be though. It feels like shut up and dribble. And then someone says, thank you, Megan. I just don't like the shaming of people who don't want it. Is that what y'all think is happening right now? Is that what y'all think is happening right now? Do you think that I'm shaming her for her decision? I'm very curious to know, because I feel like the shaming to me feels more so of people trying to convince people not to than convincing people to. This is what we're talking about with these movie production companies, insurance. Like, this is now like a health crisis. This is a national health crisis. This has more to do with liability and paying for people to get sick for them not to show up to work. Like, all of this shit makes sense when you think about the way business is handled. I'm shaming her. You're shaming her. I'm shaming her. Okay. Okay. I didn't feel like I was shaming her. Um, see, look, is that you see, listen. No, not you, but you did say it was stupid. Did I say it was stupid, or did I say that I want to say that it's stupid? She didn't convince anybody not to, though. I'm not saying she did. I'm not saying she did. Ooh, y'all are. Ooh. Nigga literally said she can do whatever she wants to do with her body, but it's my opinion that after getting it, it seems like making a big deal out of nothing. Like, I'm sorry, but that's how I feel about it. So it does kind of seem stupid to give up a huge role in a movie for something that it's pop and it's done. It's like, it's not what all people are making it out to seem. And y'all are getting really upset in these comments. And this is what I'm talking about when I say the people who aren't are more agitated and upset at people who are than the people who are. Like, people who are, I don't care what you decide to do, girl. I don't care if they come out with another Black Panther movie, to be honest, too. The first one was fine. I don't care. For something you believe in. I Yeah, but I don't think that that's what's going on here. I don't think that anybody's like, y'all are like, oh, she's standing up for what she, but that's what I'm talking about. Y'all are making a grandiose gesture out of people being anti-vax as if that's something new. And I just kind of feel like y'all are doing a lot. Y'all are making a health issue a politics issue. And y'all don't understand how that sounds crazy. Like, I don't understand what to say. I'm not shaming her for her decision. That's her decision. I just feel like it seems kind of stupid at this point. If you've already done this and you know it's not that big of a deal, missing out on great opportunities for something this small seems kind of stupid. Like, I mean, I don't understand why I can't have that opinion without it being I'm shaming her for her decision. I think that y'all love to call something shaming when it isn't what you want me to say. I'm shaming her because it's not what y'all want to hear. But if I were reading everybody else, then it wouldn't be shaming, right? Y'all are so funny. Y'all are so funny. I knew y'all were going to get upset by this. I knew. Oh my God. I knew y'all were going to get upset about this. That's why I wanted to talk about it. Look at y'all getting all upset like I knew y'all would. Thank you, Courtney, for the super chat. I mean, the truth of the matter is, I mean, I've told y'all before, I could care less. I could care less. Like, it don't even matter to me. There's no Black Panther movie. Oh, well, shit. I saw the first one. I'm fine. It's not real anyway. The fuck? I can read a comic if it means all that much to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care. Ice Cube's movie. There probably was gonna be another one of those lame ass comedies where they have him play the funny, angry Black man. Like, do we really need another one of those? No. So ultimately, it's not a big deal to me whether these people decide to fall on their swords or not. But I can't not give my commentary on how I feel like it's so funny to me to watch Black people handle a situation the way I've noticed white people handle a situation when they want to be like irrational about something because they don't want to be told what to do. Like, it's coming off in that same manner to me. Like, and even people's response in the comments, and not everybody, but there are some people's responses in the comments whenever I'm talking about this that very much comes off like y'all are losing y'all shit on the slick. People are being shamed, Bondi. Are they? Are they being shamed? Are they? People need to allow people to make their own decision, have their own consequence. It's a personal choice. It's not a personal choice, pretty Mrs. G. I know everybody likes to make it sound like it is, but if your personal choice affects public health, it's not personal anymore. It's public. I've talked to y'all many times before about how I feel about this. And I just really feel like everybody keeps trying to make it a personal thing, and it's really not. It's really like a everybody, is affecting everybody type of thing. And there's no shame in it. But there, this is what's going on. It's what's going on. Thank you, Courtney. People need to understand that there are choices, but there are consequences like anything else. And see, that's another thing that I think everybody is upset about. Y'all are upset that there are consequences to your choice. Nobody's telling you you can't choose to do whatever you want to do, but y'all get upset when somebody has consequences for said choice. And because you don't want to do it, when you hear somebody like Letitia saying that she doesn't want to do it, then you feel emboldened and you feel validated to continue on with that same mindset. And then when you find out that she may not be able to, get this huge opportunity, then you're upset or feeling like somebody's shaming her, trying to force her into something. When no, I mean, honestly, you want to force the production company to pay for her when she's a liability. If you want her, if she wants or other people want her to be able to act in this film unvaccinated, when the production company that pays for everybody and the insurance is on set and everything, they're responsible for an outbreak if it happens. It costs them money. So it's a money thing at this point. It's a money thing at this point. Thank you for the super chat, Courtney. So the consequences are what the consequences are. And I think a lot of y'all are upset that there are consequences for your decision. It's not, she can do whatever she wants to do. She can stay in London. Like, it's cool. Sarika Carter, thank you for the super chat. It's your channel. We love you, Bonnie. Oh, thank you. I love you guys too. Listen, it's not a big deal. Y'all, I'm used to this. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, y'all. Rushing back to y'all and forgetting to put the mic back on. But yes, yes, Bondy, yeah, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on from here. Sorry, you guys. Thank you for reminding me. But I was trying to rush to get the food because, child, you can't leave the food sitting outside because then all the ants will get to it, child. You can't let the ants get to the food. So thank y'all. So let's move on from there. Let's go ahead and talk about Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty and what's going on with Miss Jennifer Huff, because there's new information. We've been talking about it this week. Okay, so y'all, Nicki Minaj's husband is proclaiming his innocence. As you may know, Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty, is a registered sex offender. The 43-year-old is on the registry over a R conviction stemming from a 1994 encounter between he and Jennifer Huff. He served 4 years in prison for the matter, meaning he was convicted, he pled guilty, he went to jail, he served the time. So when I see Neighborhood Talk or any of you other like Barb driven blogs posting alleged victim in your captions, I find it disrespectful. I just want to say that. However, Kenneth Petty is now speaking out and denying that he R Jennifer Huff. He said, I never R'd the plaintiff and I deny her accusations of R contained in the amendment complaint. I also deny all of plaintiff's allegations in the amended complaint that I committed any improper conduct, abuse, or assault. The sexual encounter between plaintiff and I, which occurred 27 years ago, was consensual, and plaintiff was a willing participant. I did not force plaintiff into a house. I did not force plaintiff to have sex with me. I did not sexually or physically assault plaintiff in any way, nor did I ever threaten plaintiff. He also claims he pled guilty to the attempted R despite his innocence because he was a 16-year-old scared boy and was told that the sentence would be 20 years to life if he did not if he did not plead guilty to attempted R. Kenneth Petty's I'm sorry. So it was attempted. It was attempted. And here you are saying that something actually did happen. Never mind, I'm gonna let that go. Kenneth Petty's statements come as he and Nicki Minaj face accusations of harassing Jennifer. The couple is also accused of getting New York City gang members to threaten Jennifer in order to pressure her into recanting her allegations. Now, I want to draw attention to the fact that people have been showing proof that Nicki Minaj was hanging with the people who allegedly were threatening Jennifer Huff. Like, it is what it is, y'all. It is the fact that he's now trying to like dispute the entire assault is very, very problematic for me. And I feel like this is what happens when money is involved. When Nicki Minaj has the money to help and aid in her husband trying to dismantle a case that he lost 27 years ago. Now you want to rewrite history and say, okay, so let me ask you a question. Why were you going around registering as a sex offender before? Why were you going around doing what you needed to do because of this before you got with Nicki? Before you married and had a child with Nicki, you were registering in other places. You were letting folks know what was going on, and you were not disputing this case. You have not disputed this case up until this moment where there are, restrictions being put on the life that you want to have with the millionaire. You never wanted her to recant her statement all of this time before you got with Nicki. Never wanted her to recant her statement before. They've been doing this for 20 some odd years. This man has been registering and aware of this case for 20 some odd years now. Now it's a problem. Now we want to recant the statement. Now we want to deny it. Now we want to do all of that. How many more predators does Nicki Minaj need to defend before or provide legal help for? Like, bitch, you pay for lawyers for predators, and it's like you're continuing. You're continuing to be the ignorant, problematic hood bitch that you have always pretended to be. Nicki is not, y'all, Nicki is hood adjacent. And what I mean by that is, yes, Nicki grew up in the hood, but Nicki is very much the girl that went to art school, that wanted to be an actress, that wanted to be in music, that was kind of weird and quirky. That's why she was so good at rapping, because she was a writer. That's why she's so good at the different personalities and all of that, because she was in theater. Okay? You were not the homegirl waiting for the drug dealer boyfriend to come and scoop you up from school and all of that shit, like you acting like you were. That's not what you were doing. You were trying to get your career popping at a very young age. Nicki was always very laser centered on her career. And now you got the hood dick. And this is what you do. This is what you do. I'm going to just tell y'all this. There's an idea that a man can like assault a woman, harm a woman in this way, and then move on from it and grow up from it. And now he's no longer this person. I don't believe that. I think that when people forcibly assault women, that is exactly who they are. And they are always that person. It's just as they get older, they find ways to control it or to hide it easier. But they're always that person. So when a woman decides to marry and have children with a man that has done these things, that is this type of person, I look at her like, wow, you are really missing something on the inside. Something is not there. There's a hole there. And I feel like all of us have always known that something wasn't right about Nicki, because Nicki was never able to just be who she is in her artistry. She always had to be a character. She always had to be over the top, or she had to be putting on in some type of way. It was never like a honest depiction. It was never me just being an artist. You know how like MC Light and Queen Latifah and Trina and fuck even Kim for that matter, in their performance, somewhere in their rap, they're being themselves. Nicki is like the type of person where we could never get her to just be who she was. It always has to be a character. So there's a disconnect in her knowing who she is. There's a disconnect when it comes to her own instincts. Maybe not when it comes to business, but when it comes to personal. There's a disconnect. As a woman who respects herself, who loves and cares for other people and other human beings and other women, I can't be in a relationship with someone who has forcibly attacked anybody or who has went to jail for forcibly attacking someone. And the funny thing about it is she'll try to act like, oh, these things have happened to young black men. Yeah, but he also went to jail for murder not long after. You can call it manslaughter. You can call it whatever you want to call it. He killed somebody and he went to jail for it after the assault. He's a career criminal that you decided to husband. And now y'all want to change the history of his life and his career and, you know, in criminality. You want to rewrite it so that y'all can be rich people and do what the fuck y'all want to do anyway. That's what y'all want to do. She's been disappointing me ever since she came out, to be honest. She's been disappointing me ever since she came out. Let's move on. Y'all, let's talk about Chloe. What's going on with Chloe? Listen. Y'all. What's going on with Chloe? So y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up. I'm gonna share my screen with y'all. Hold up. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna share my screen because I want us to watch it together. Y'all know how I like to do that. I like to watch shit with y'all. Okay. We see her? Okay.
To my 4 million followers and counting, my candy kisses and my clovers, thank you all so much for loving me, and I love you right on back. There's a lot more to come.
Okay. We're gonna do it one more time because I know it's very cringeworthy for a lot of you guys, but we're gonna do it one more time. And I'm gonna just do a little dissecting. Y'all know I love Chloe, and I want Chloe to be as extra as she would like to be because I feel like the black girl should be able to be as extra as they would like to be without people always trying to fit them into a box. But we're gonna discuss. Hold up.
To my 4 million followers and counting, my candy kisses and my clovers, thank you all so much for loving me, and I love you right on back. There's a lot more to come.
Okay, so I don't know whose penis she's threatening to suck, but I wish I was him. Girl, somebody said I'm usually on your side, but it's a little bit cringe. These ain't OnlyFans, babe. I'm usually listen. This is I feel like we all know that she's been trying to like separate herself from her childlike persona, but this is when you're trying so hard that I'm just kind of like, so let me explain why. Okay. Hold on, let me read this. The video was cringe, but I feel like people won't let Chloe figure it out because they want so badly to hold her and her sister as a standard. They wanted to be able to taunt the black girls with her. This was forced cringe situation, but I'm so attracted to her that I do not care. I'm pregnant. Child, we all pregnant. So let me tell y'all something. Like, as somebody that is very intentional about the way I do things, everything that she did was intentional. From the lollipop to the way she was speaking, the way she was holding her mouth, the way she made the noise after she made the suck. Mwah, like, yes, you know why? Because men love to hear the vibration of your voice when you're sucking. Okay. So that all of this imagery, all of this, like, just all of this. I'm seeing all of this, my good girl. I'm seeing all of this. And I just feel like this better have been on set for something. Like, you better have been shooting something where this attire was necessary, because this is probably her shooting like an advertisement for Finny or something like that, and decided to stop in that moment and kind of do this little sexy video for y'all because she made 4 million followers right in the middle of her doing a photo shoot. Because if y'all look behind her, it's like all fur and shit. Like, no, who's laying against all fur like that? Ivy Park lingerie. Okay, yeah. So she's probably doing something business wise, but it's the need for everything to be sexual, even in just saying, like, thank you to all of my followers. Like, all of your followers don't want to fuck you. So, I mean, she's too young for me, but you know what I'm saying, okay? Like, she does remind me of my friend, and my friend has very fuckable energy. And like, this is like, every time I look at her, I just think about my friend. But, and I don't want to fuck my friend, to be clear, but I'm just saying my friend has this energy about her as well. Like, people are constantly like wanting to fuck my friend because her energy is just very alluring all by itself. Everybody doesn't want to have sex with you. So everything doesn't need to be in the vein of I'm trying to fuck the audience, because all of the audience doesn't want to fuck you. So I need for you to just pull it back a little bit. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it's cool to be sexy. It's very cool to be sexy, but it's also good to be coy and girl-like, and not as like sexual, but more so, just thank you so much, everybody. Like, it's a way to be girlish and be sexy without trying. And because she's young and figuring her shit out, I'm giving her that grace as being a young woman and trying to figure out what's sexy for her, because the internet and Instagram and everybody's responses will cause you to think that you need to be so overtly sexy in order for it to be perceived as sexy. And that's not true. She needs to just pull it back a little bit, because what she isn't picking up from Beyonce is that a lot of times Beyonce's like girl-like coyness is a part of her sexiness. It's the ability to act as if I'm not trying to be sexy, even though I know I really am sexy. Like, that's what my friend does. My friend Kima has this thing about her where it's like a very like girl-like and young and bouncy and light and airy, and it is sexy, but it's not trying to be sexy. It's not trying to be sexy. It's not giving you like, it's not doing all of that. It's not doing all that. She's doing all of that. The coy sexy is I have on the lingerie and I'm constantly like trying to hold the robe close. Oh my God, thank you everybody so much for supporting me. I really appreciate you guys, and I love y'all so much. Even with a lollipop, okay? I love y'all so much and I really appreciate y'all. It's more to come. And you put the sucker in your mouth and you move on. But the and all of that, like, all of it is a step over to, are we about to see porn or what? So I think she needs to find the happy medium between being sexy and being sensual without having to give you lingerie and mouth movements that mirror dick sucking, things of that nature. Do y'all see what I'm saying, or is this lost on y'all? She gonna attract the wrong people who only want that. That has nothing to do with it. She's gonna attract whoever she's gonna attract anyway, because of who she is and what she looks like. The energy isn't gonna change. Meaning, whether she's being sensual or sexy. See, I don't like this type of ideal, because it kind of screams, if a woman acts a certain way, then she leaves herself open to abuse and she deserves it because of the way she, and I don't think that's true. I think she should be able to, that lady could mouth sucking a dick on every Instagram live, and if somebody ever walks up to her and tries to put their dick in her face, then I think they should get shot. See what I'm saying? Like there's a mentality that because a woman showcases herself in a certain way, that means abuse and disrespect are allowed. And what I want to say is no. No. She definitely needs to learn her happy medium as a young woman, and she will. She will learn her happy medium at some point. But at the same time, while she's working on that, while she's figuring that out, as a young woman, she is entitled to be able to go through this without people feeling like they can now disrespect her or harm her because of it. And that's what I want us to get away from. The idea that because we feel like she's doing too much, somebody should be able to do something to her. Or this is why you shouldn't be this way. You shouldn't be this way because a man can come along and do this, this, and that. No, fuck that. The man shouldn't do this, this, and that because it's wrong. Not for any other reason other than the fact that it's wrong. So you shouldn't be doing it. Period. Okay. So Chloe is allowed to be cringy and overly sexual in a way that, you know, is not really sexy, but more so like, ew. Like, yeah, but ew. You know what I'm saying? It reminds me of when, okay, so it's because she's young. It's because she's young. Because I used to hunch on this girl when I was younger. Let me tell y'all. So I used to hunch on this girl when I was younger. And she was younger than me. Like I would sometimes find myself in relationships with, you know, girls that were like 2 years younger than me sometimes. Not all the time, but just sometimes. Girls kind of age faster. She raised herself. She was a little bit of an alcoholic at the time. You know, if you want to save people, it was a long story. It was after Katrina. It was going through a lot. I'm not attracted to a lot of people. So once I'm attracted to you, I kind of fuck with you because I'm not attracted to a lot of people. So me and this girl, you know, like I said, she was younger than me, meaning that she was like in her senior year of high school and I was like in my freshman year of college. And I would go and get her and we would kick it and stuff like that. And, you know, people weren't at her house all the time. People always at my house. People were never at her house. So we used to go and hunch at her house. And as much as I liked hunching her, she would just get way too grunty about it. And it's because she was young. And I think when you're young, you watch porn, you see other people having sex, and you think you're supposed to emote sex in a certain way. And it ends up being funny or cringeworthy instead of the desired effect. And that's because you don't have the nuances that you get when you get older. You know what I'm saying? Or just from the experience. So I can remember like hunching her and her like and I was like, oh, like, wait a minute. Like, pull it back, my good girl. Pull it back. So, you know, such a sweet girl. I really hope she slowed down on the drinking. She used to be drinking like, you know, brandy and shit, like OE. And I'm saying, like, all kind of like, girl, what is going on? You know, too much going on in her life. I haven't talked to her in a while. She went to the military and we lost touch, and I haven't seen or talked to her ever since. Ooh. One of my little juvies. She was cute though. But it reminds me of like they're doing too much because they're young. Yeah. Is it giving trim spa, baby? Is it giving that, or is it giving 1-800-CALL? It's giving, it's late. You're bored. You want to have a good time? Call 1-800. Have a good time. I'll be here all night, just waiting on your call. Like that's what she's giving. That's what she's giving. You don't advertise your whole phase. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You keep it cute and then you talk about it later after it's already played itself out. Ciao. Hey, Bri, I'm participating today. Hey, Lauren. What's going on, my boo? Memory unlocked. Oh my God. Internet also didn't exist back then either. So there's that. The platform wasn't there for showcasing your sexiness. True. That's another thing. Like we didn't have all these ways to show it, and you knew you couldn't do too much. You know what I'm saying? Because your people were always watching. Giving my love to the intro. Girl, let me go ahead and move on from here because we can just go on and on with me thinking about. Anyway, so let's go ahead and talk about Pleasure P's kid because Pleasure P's kid is in trouble. Okay. Apparently, Pleasure P's 17-year-old son, Marcus Cooper Jr., has been named a prime suspect in a murder dating back to early last month. Specifically, the Pretty Ricky singer's son is accused of murdering Tyrone Arthis, 24, in Broward County, Florida. Oh gosh. Authorities claim both Marcus Cooper Jr. and Tyrone Arthis were in the same car in the early hours of October 8th. However, at one point, Marcus Cooper Jr. allegedly ordered the victim out of the car before shooting him. Tyrone Arthis was then left for dead on I-595. Officers are currently looking for Marcus and asking for the public's help in tracking him down, as there's an active warrant for his arrest. Broward County Sheriff Gregory Toney spoke on the matter by commenting, and I quote, "I don't care where he's at, whether it be in South Florida or Maine. He committed a crime in Broward County, and we're going to bring him back here. We encourage you to turn yourself in, but make no mistake, we're not going to wait for you to come in. Leaving someone to die on the road is an atrocity we can't accept." Cooper should be considered armed and dangerous, and the investigation into the homicide is ongoing. The victim's mother, Marie Arthis, also remarked, "For them to take my son's life and gun him down, they left him like a dog on the side of the road. That wasn't fair. I just want justice for my son. He was not a bad person. He was not a bad kid. For them to take my son's life and gun him down and leave him like a dog on the side of the road, that wasn't fair." Pleasure Pete recently addressed the matter on Instagram Live, saying, "Why would a 17-year-old be around a 24-year-old? And no disrespect to the family. We want to get to the bottom of this. I just want to make sure mine innocent. He is 17. Why would he shoot a 24-year-old? Let's talk about this, bro, and let's get all the facts. Something is missing." The R&B singer said it's a lot more factors that was left out. They do not want to give us all the information. That's what my lawyer been trying to get, and they don't want to get it to us. I got another lawyer that I just hired, the best in the business. So y'all better pray up, because y'all niggas ain't finna do mine like that. I'm gonna go out to the end about mine, bro, to the end. I don't give a fuck. That's my son. That's my blood. Pleasure P added, "We going to the end. That's it for me. This is it for me." Pleasure P is checking out about his kid. I'm checking the fuck out. Y'all want to report on my son, bro, my 17-year-old kid? Anybody that did, I swear to God, on on God, it's on, bro. It's on, bro. Listen, he's doing a lot of like dramatizing, but I love when people show up as good fathers at times like this. Were you there raising him the entire time? Because a lot of the times you men aren't there. Y'all aren't there. Y'all aren't raising these kids. Y'all are just the father figure. And that means exactly that. You're a fucking figure of imagination. Okay. You're not really present. And I think it's crazy how you want to show up to defend him. You want to show up to be there to protect him. And you're asking questions about why he was in the car with a 24-year-old. And I'm like, what the fuck does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Are you trying to say that they were into some street shit together? Were you trying to say that maybe the 24-year-old was trying to sell drugs to your son? Or just basically some street shit was involved? Either way, Pleasure P, only your son, it seems as if only your son and the dead person were in the car together. Your son is on the run. Your son already has a mugshot. Your son seems like he's into street shit. So whatever happened with him and that other kid, it was probably some street shit. And that other parent talking about her kid is a good kid, that's what all you bitches say when y'all at work and y'all son is out in the streets wrecking havoc. That's what all y'all bitches say. So at the end of the day, no, we don't have 100% of the facts, but what we do know is somebody is dead and your son is on the run. So for you to get up on Instagram Live and try to put some type of blame or onus on the dead person, for you to try to get on Instagram Live and talk about how you're gonna go to, go down for yours, whatever you gotta do for yours, and all of that shit. Everything would be a father present, huh? during the entire childhood. And you can't tell me you were, because when that little boy was growing up, you were on Pretty Ricky touring and shit. And we all know that when y'all not with their mammies, y'all don't really be there for them like that. If you're not going back to fuck their mama, then you're not really showing up for the little kid, even if he do have your name. It doesn't sound like Young Jock's storyline. Young Jock wasn't trying to protect his kid from responsibility. He was trying to protect his kid from the streets getting to him. Sound like the streets already got their paws on Pleasure P's son. I'm gonna tell you something. If my daddy had money and me and a friend got into a tussle or a killing happened by accident and my daddy got money, I'm gonna call my daddy. I'm gonna call my daddy and be like, Daddy, da 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 da. And so if it's an accident, what my daddy should have told me to do was to come home. We're gonna get lawyers and we're gonna go and turn you in and we're gonna say what happened. Okay, we're gonna try to protect you as much as we can. The best way to protect him is to have him turn himself in with a lawyer and have them not, basically steamroll him in the process. That's when you show up. This is what you're saying, because he was sitting up talking about y'all ain't gonna do this to my kid. Let's not act like somebody is doing something to your kid. Somebody is dead, nigga. Ain't nobody running after your kid over no assumptions. Somebody is dead, nigga. Y'all saying he just had a baby. My daddy used to always say, if you didn't do it, I'll do anything in the world to protect you. I'll lose everything to help you if you didn't do it. But if you did it, you on your own. The fact that Pleasure P's son is on a run tells me one of two things. Either you told your son to run because you knew that he was at fault, which is why you told him to run, or he didn't feel like he could trust you, or he didn't feel like he could depend on you, so he went ahead and ran anyway. Whatever is going on, Pleasure P is on bullshit, and his son is not a victim. So figure it the fuck out. But the way you responded to this situation, don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. I don't know. I mean, obviously it was some street shit, y'all. Obviously it was some street shit. Drugs, bullshit, whatever. Child, please. Anyway, y'all, let's move on to Travis. Let's talk about the AstroWorld situation, because I feel like I haven't really fully given you guys like a sit down talk about it. We've mentioned it, we've talked about it, but I'm gonna just go ahead and read what the Jasmine brand is reporting as of recent, and we'll go on from there. So, is there misinformation being spread about the AstroWorld disaster? For the past week, discussions of the AstroWorld Festival have dominated headlines across the United States. Most coverage of the tragedy, which left 8 dead and hundreds more injured, has also touched on the backlash against Travis Scott, who continued his set as the ordeal was taking place. The 29-year-old rapper addressed the tragedy on social media, though he was largely slammed as seeming insincere. So let's go ahead. Let's pull that up.
I just want to send out prayers.
Hold up, y'all. I need to get this. Okay, y'all not gonna let me? Okay, hold up. Hold up, y'all. They be making me mad sometimes because, like, thank you. Give me the X by. I don't need to have your all your ads and shit on my screen like that. Working on my nerves. Hold up, y'all. I'm sharing my screen. Give me a second. I want to hear what Travis said. This is what Travis said.
I just want to send out prayers to the ones that was lost last night. We're actually working right now to identify the families so we can help assist them through this tough time. My fans really mean the world to me, and I always just really want to leave them with a positive experience. And anytime I can make out, anything that's going on, I stop the show and, help them get the help they need, I could just never imagine the severity of the situation. We've been working closely with everyone to just try to get to the bottom of this. City of Houston, HPD, fire department, everyone to, help us figure this out. So if you have any information,
I mean,
please just
if you're
contact your local
look,
authorities.
please take the plaits out if your head hurts.
Everybody
Take the
continue to
plaits
just
out.
keep your prayers. I mean, I'm honestly just devastated. I could never imagine anything like this just happening.
You couldn't?
I'm gonna do everything I can to keep you guys updated and just keep you guys informed on what's going on. Love you all.
All right, so that's that. That's what he said. Now Travis' lawyer is chiming in on the matter. On Wednesday, his attorney, Edwin Macpherson, slammed the coverage of the event as being full of inconsistent messages. He said Houston Police Chief Troy Finner was quoted in the New York Times as saying, you cannot just close when you got 50,000 and over 50,000 individuals. We have to worry about riots when you have a group that's that young. Yet just a short time later, Chief Finner states the responsibility to stop the show falls on Travis. It was reported that the operations plan designated that only the festival director and executive producers have authority to stop the show, neither of which is part of Travis's crew. This also runs afoul of HPD's own previous actions when it shut down the power and sound at this very festival when the performance ran over 5 minutes back in 2019. Investigations should start proceeding over finger pointing so that together we can identify exactly what transpired and how we can prevent anything like this from happening again. Do you know what's, and I know that there were more than 8 deaths. I feel like because they announced it maybe yesterday, and this might be a little bit old, I guess. The story that I pulled, which I don't know why they wouldn't have updated it by now, but I definitely feel like I heard as of recent for sure 9 deaths. But my problem, okay, wait here. It says Travis Scott's AstroWorld lawsuits are continuing to pile up and they're now hit the triple digits. Since last week's highly publicized AstroWorld catastrophe where 9 people died and hundreds were injured, Travis Scott faces waves of backlash. People have continued to slam him. And like I said, he attempted to talk about it. This is with that the manager. Remember I told y'all that I saw on TikTok. Yes, Kamaya, I know I said that. I said that it was 9. Here it goes.
Travis Scott is the worst person I worked with in my entire career in music. 8 people are dead and hundreds more injured after Travis Scott's callous, reckless behavior at AstroWorld. And I hate to be the one saying this, but I saw this coming and I tried to tell everyone. The story that D-Dot is telling is true. I'm Travis Scott's former manager. I'm the one who had a seizure, and I'm the one that he left for dead in a basement in Los Angeles. I originally told my account in 2013, and then it recirculated on Reddit about 6 years ago. The stories coming out of AstroWorld and all the videos documenting the evidence are quite clear, and they align with what I know about Travis Scott. When he sees people in harm or danger, he tends to only continue thinking about himself. And to make it worse, he's been doing this for years at other concerts. I could go on and on about the theft of sessions, assaults, and all the lies that he's told in his career. But the thing that I want you to understand most is that.
Okay, let me see, hold up. Travis Scott can stop a concert because someone tries to steal his shoe, but not when literal people are dying and some of y'all are defending him. As Travis Scott remains embroiled in controversy within the court of public opinion, his legal issues are adding up as well, okay? 200 plus people are filing lawsuits against him because of what happened. This is what I want to say. I don't know Travis Scott as far as his shows are concerned. Thank you, Marilyn, for the super chat. But I've heard that he incites the whole jumping of gates and y'all jump off this and y'all beat this person up. Like he does those types of things at his shows, is from what I understand. Black Friday sales always have people getting trampled and sometimes they die. Stores never get the hate they're giving Travis. I can't recall 8 people being killed from getting trampled at Walmart. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Thank you for that super chat though. And honestly, I feel like it's kind of not the same thing. And if you've noticed, they actually did do something about it. They did get a lot of heat for people getting trampled in stores, which is why they stopped doing that, stores open at midnight shit. Now they have the sales throughout the week. Now you can, buy the shit online, right? The stores sell tickets to have people come in at a certain time. I've done this before, so I know it's definitely not the same as it used to be. We'll just open the gate and then everybody rushes in. So they've definitely made concessions for that type of activity. So that point is not exactly, fitting, because what most people are saying about this situation with Travis are a few things. First of all, why did y'all sell so many tickets during the panorama? First of all. Second of all, the security. I'm hearing that a lot of the security was not certified. They did not have the proper permits or whatever is needed for you to be an actual person that's in security. So there seems to have been a lot of corners cut, on top of the fact that once Travis is on stage and the ambulance is trying to get people out of the crowd and the show is still going on, I think that is when the onus and responsibility gets laid at his step as well. It's not him exclusively. He's not solely responsible, but I absolutely feel like, from the information I've received and seen from people all this week about this situation, is that Travis is irresponsible when it comes to the way he does his shows. If you can stop a show for somebody taking your shoe, you can stop a show and tell the audience, hey, let the damn ambulance get out of here, or we're going to wrap this shit up early. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a way to command control of the audience when you are on stage. It's not solely his responsibility. But when I see the production of the show, the fact that it is his show, the PD, they told him to shut it down, he still kept performing. Like, there are a lot of things that are obviously a part of the problem, and it's not all on Travis. But I think this reaction is because Travis incites violence at his shows. He incites people to jump off of things. He incites this type of like physical mania at the shows. And it's not about the mosh pit, because people were getting shot up with something. So there are a lot of things that were going on, but I think he incites that type of energy at the shows. And that's a problem when you don't have adequate security, when you don't have people in place to where they're supposed to be to protect people from these things getting out of hand the way they did. And the thing that makes me so annoyed about this is that they're like, oh, we need to use this as a way to make sure this doesn't happen again. And it's like, well, this has happened before. This is not the first time that this type of reaction in a crowd has taken place. There are already things in place to keep this from happening, and you guys failed to do what you were supposed to do to keep this from happening. Y'all did not, have the adequate amount of security. Y'all did not have enough space in time. Y'all did not have a lot of what needed to be set in place in order for that show to happen safely. So yes, it does fall on Live Nation. It does fall on the venue. It does fall on security and the police, but it absolutely still falls on him for being on stage and continuing to perform as people were stopping the ambulance from getting folks to the hospital. They said drinks were being spiked. To me, there was a whole bunch of shit going on at this show that tells me that somebody just wanted to make money and was like, yeah, cut the corners. Cut the corners because we got to make this money. Thank you, Quasia, for the super sticker. The festival was for an audience of 30,000, yet 100,000 were there. Travis had a whole mic to incite the rage mosh pit behavior, but not to stop it. Mosh pit is like, it's usually like the area right below the stage, and, a whole bunch of white boys just start pushing each other and jumping on top of one another. It's very violent. Women get assaulted in mosh pits. Like all kind of terrible shit happened in mosh pits. Yes, the 9-year-old boy died of brain damage because they trampled him in the process. I'm trying to understand why somebody would even allow for their 9-year-old to go to a Travis Scott concert. I'm just saying. Right. They said that Travis, that's another thing. They said Travis told people to jump the gates. They said he told people to come and jump the gates and, you know, basically overcrowd the area, which caused this to happen. So at the end of the day, y'all, the idea that Travis is not in some way responsible is ridiculous. He is absolutely in some way responsible. And that's that on that. It's unfortunate, but there are already things in place to keep things like this from happening. And the reason why somebody needs to be held responsible is because somebody decided to say fuck protocol so we can make this money. People do it all the time. That's how we ended up having a building falling down out here in New Orleans, the Hard Rock hotel that they were building. They were cutting corners. And so then, you know what happened? A whole bunch of people ended up dying when that building collapsed because they wanted to cut corners. This is what I believe happened. That, in my opinion, okay? But let's go ahead and move on. But the idea that he's not going to receive any heat from this is ridiculous. Anybody that's trying to protect Travis, let his legal team do that. Anybody that's trying to cap for Travis, let his legal team do that. Let the white woman he impregnated do that. But you don't need to. For what? For what? He is liable. He is in some way responsible. And he should be. It's his show. He wasn't a visitor at the show. AstroWorld is his show, his festival, along with other people. But still, his name is on it. The fuck are we talking about here? He's absolutely liable. So is Drake. Everybody that's in charge, everybody whose name is a part of this is liable because checks and balances were not being put in place or checked or balanced. It is what it is. So let's go ahead and move on, you guys, because I'm tired of talking about it. Somebody said there was a 1979 concert is the reason why there are no longer assigned seats at concert venues. Right, I saw Tiana, SZA. All the black women gonna make sure. All the black women gonna make sure that this don't happen to them. Bring them to the front, baby. We wanna make sure they all right. Okay, I saw that. The black girls ain't gonna let y'all do that shit to them because y'all are not as forgiving of the black girls. Let this shit happen at Tiana Taylor SZA concert and watch y'all cancel them. Hold on, y'all. Child, it get dark so early now. I had to go turn the light on. Child. Thank you so much, Portia G, for the super chat. The 9-year-old didn't die. I thought they said that 9-year-old absolutely passed and had brain damage, which is why he was paying for his funeral. Y'all. Y'all know I don't like misinformation. Before we move on, let me go ahead and check that out. Okay, hold up. Okay. So that 22-year-old student, she died from her injuries. And the 9-year-old is in a medically induced coma. That was 4 days ago. Let me see. It says, okay. So he didn't die, but he's currently on life support with not many options to save his life. That's what we were hearing. That's what we were hearing. We were hearing that the little boy is brain dead, is what we were hearing, which is why I think, a lot of people are like, oh, he's gone, which is unfortunate. That people are saying that and putting that out there if the little boy is not dead, because I'm absolutely sure I saw a headline that said that little boy had passed away. But it says that little Ezra Blunt is currently on life support with not many options to save his life. Crump held a brief a briefing Friday morning alongside other court concert goers who were hurt. The attorney announced he is representing more than 200 victims who suffered mentally and physically. We will make sure that they get justice because this should have never happened. But he also made it clear that it's more than just about that. It is also about making sure Live Nation and anybody else who had anything to do with the failure here that caused people to lose their children, nobody should ever die from going to a concert. In the future, safety must be paramount. It used to be. Attorney Alex Hillard was also present at the briefing. He said criminal behavior started weeks prior to the date of the concert because there was no plan in place. We are talking about the largest organizer and promoter of festivals and concerts in the world, Hillard said. And when that happens, a failure of epic proportions on this type of scale, it is criminal. And that's what I was saying, y'all. They obviously cut corners and didn't do what they were supposed to do because they were trying to make a cash grab. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, child, it is so unfortunate. Oh Lord. One of Crump's clients, 32-year-old Uniqua Smith, shared her experience at the concert during the briefing. Smith, a mother of two, said she had gone to the concert by herself, but never thought of the possibility of not returning home to her children. She explained the feeling of being crushed by other bodies during the rapper's first song. By the third or fourth song, I tried to make my way out the crowd. When I tapped on a woman to ask her to move, I noticed she was also having trouble breathing. The next thing I know, she was having a seizure and hit the ground. Thankfully, Smith was able to escape the horrific scene. But from 9:45 to 2:45 a.m., she said she was trapped in downtown Houston. There was no way to Uber home. I couldn't call anyone. I couldn't get to my car. They never fathomed that it would be the worst nightmare of their life, witnessing people get killed. For 25-year-old Raina Arajeta, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, the concert was supposed to be an opportunity for her and her best friend to make memories. She recalled chaos started as soon as she got through the gates at about 2 p.m. She said she saw no police or security in sight during the madness over by the merchandise. Later that evening, she said she saw sheriff on horses arrive. The annoying thing is that instead of them going to block off the VIP section, they all just faced us. And you just see them recording us. It was a horrible feeling seeing people who were supposed to protect us just there looking at us. Oh my God. See what I mean? So many people responsible. So many people responsible. On Friday, Crump asked for continued prayers for little Ezra. Tristan Blunt said his son is a young Travis Scott fan. He was so stoked he was ready to go, said Tristan. Tristan held Ezra high on his shoulders as the countdown began to Scott's performance. They stayed toward the back of the crowd because Tristan said he thought it would be calmer. But as soon as Travis Scott took stage, he said that's when people started pushing. That's when Tristan fell unconscious and Ezra fell to the ground. At the mercy of concert goers, the 9-year-old was trampled. When Tristan regained consciousness, he could not find his son anywhere. He rushed on-site medic team. Oh my God, y'all. The police then sent him, the picture they sent me was him in the hospital. Just to see him in that condition, I wasn't ready. Y'all, I don't even want to continue reading this shit. But y'all hear what these people are saying. Like, this little boy is basically brain dead. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. I mean, look, miracles have happened. So if he can miraculously wake up out of this, that would be great. That would be a blessing, I'm sure. It breaks my heart to find out that that's what happened to that little boy like that. That shit is fucked up. But let's go ahead and move on, y'all. But I just wanted to give y'all the info since we were talking about it. I wanted to read it and be clear before I ended the conversation. But that just sounds like extremely scary and dangerous to me. And it reminds me why I don't like going to open field concerts like that, because you just never know what's going to happen. So, y'all, let's go ahead and move on to Nick Cannon and Wendy Williams. So allegedly, Nick Cannon might be taking Wendy Williams' spot, or at least her time slot, due to her health complications. Okay, y'all know they've been having a lot of people come and guest host her show. The show's ratings have increased, but now they're saying that the 57-year-old host, who has yet to return to her infamous purple chair, may allegedly be replaced by Nick Cannon's new talk show in the 10 a.m. slot. If the Wendy Williams show ends or she doesn't come back to the show, they would feel comfortable sliding Nick into the 10 a.m. slot, which immediately follows the local news broadcast. I wonder why, since they said that Nick wasn't getting enough viewers. They said that his ratings weren't that great and his show was probably going to get canceled. So I'm confused as to why he is deserving of being put into this time slot. And I wonder when this decision was made, because recently I saw him talking to I think he might have been talking to Andy Cohen. Child, I don't know who he was talking to, but somebody asked him about all the children he has. Asked him who was his favorite baby mother. And he said that it could be any one of them, because I go back, because I can always go and re-impregnate one of them, whoever the favorite baby mama is. So there is a piece of me that feels like Nick is using this very ignorant ladies man, womanizer, creating households all over the place. He is using that street gutter shit to make himself seem less lame, more on the lines of a future. Because see, I don't know who told him this, but I'm guessing it's the manosphere that told him that Future is cool and he's considered lame. So if you want to be considered cool and want people to care about you, become a womanizer and disrespect women and watch how your clout goes up. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like the only reason anybody would now be interested in your show is because you've been using you being a baby making machine as a way to get people to care about you and pay attention to you. You're an attention whore. You're a clout chaser. I hope it works out for you. But I can't help but to feel like you're embarrassing yourself. And the fact that you have all this intelligence, all this knowledge, all this access, and you can't seem to understand that it is not funny. It is not a joke for you to have 7 children with 4 different women and not be able to be in the household with those 7 children. It is not funny to me that one day those children will feel like they wanted you on Christmas, or they wanted you on Halloween, or they wanted you on Thanksgiving, and they couldn't because you had already promised that day to one of the other children. That they would never know what it's like to hear their father snoring in the other room and providing the sound of safety for them in the night. They won't know about what it's like to have their parent in the household with them every day. They won't know. They won't know. And they should, because they have a father who's rich and famous and has access. So the least he should be able to provide them is the stability of growing up in the household. Yeah, child, snoring. Am I the only one whose daddy snoring made them feel safe? The fuck? I'm just saying. Child, I used to be, you young, you watch a scary movie. As long as I could hear my daddy snoring, I knew that everything was okay. He's snoring, everything's all right. Too quiet around here, I'm worried. Same with your grandpa, right? You hearing my dad snore is a safety. Okay, it's not just me, thank God. So, I'm just saying there are so many things that his children will eventually resent him for. And he thinks it's funny. He thinks it's funny. He thinks it's funny that they won't grow up in the same household. He thinks it's funny that he can go back to their moms and use them as cum dumpsters whenever he feels the need to, because he is a rich, high value man with sickly sperm, possibly giving a whole bunch of kids sickle cell and all of the other sicknesses that he has. I'm tired of Wendy and Nick, to be honest with you. Where's the new blood? Hire me. Hire me. We're tired of this. Give us someone new. We need new. We need new. Hire me. Or hire somebody else from YouTube. Shit, I don't know. But I'm tired of both of them. He's lame and clout chasing, and Wendy needs to go and get herself some fucking help and deal with all of her emotional issues that she has going on with her right now. They can make it sound like whatever they want to. Health issues, all that. It derives from the emotional. Whatever. I'm done. Oh, he has lupus, not sickle cell? I thought he had sickle cell. Child, whatever. Autoimmune deficiency diseases, bitch. Y'all know what I'm saying. I always want to be out here trying to pinpoint me on some shit that don't matter. Nicholas is sick. And it's hereditary. That's the point. Thank you, Asada. I won't be surprised if he get another female pregnant. No, that's what he's trying to do. That's what he was trying to do. Yeah, sickle cell is hereditary too. Lupus is hereditary too. That was my point. Whatever he got, it's hereditary, and he's having all these children and possibly passing it down to them too. You too genuine and transport for TV, Bondy. I don't know. Don't be child, don't be trying to cap me off, okay? He nasty. He is nasty. Yeah, he's been working to become the opposite of what he's known to be. He was always like, he was considered a Russell Wilson. And I feel like they think, I don't want to be a lame nigga, so I'd rather be a future. That's what he's doing. He was considered a Russell Wilson, and now he's trying to prove himself to be a future. And the truth of the matter is, you having a lame nigga mentality with a whole like mentality added to it is just disgusting. It's just disgusting. And nobody wants it. All right, so let's move on. Let's move on. Hold up. Was that it? Was that all? I think that was it, y'all. That was my whole show. That's all I had for y'all. The only other thing that I wanted to talk about was Mia from Real Housewives of Potomac saying, what did she say, y'all? Hold up. Let me, wait. I wanted to talk to y'all about Andy too, because Andy was asked about Nene Leakes coming back to Bravo or Real Housewives, and he said, what I don't want to do is to get into a public thing with her. I think she would probably prefer that I keep her name out of my mouth, and that is what I am going to honor. That was shade. That was, you said way too much. You've done way too much if you think I'm going to try to go into business with you again. That's what that was. Andy was basically saying, you told me to keep your name out my mouth, and I'm going to do exactly that. Even though you wish I would bring your name up in meetings and try to bring you back onto the show. No, I'm going to honor what you wanted me to do. I'm going to keep my cokehead mouth closed. That's what Andy is on. That's what Andy is on, and I don't blame him. I don't. You can't burn all your bridges and think you can go back and rebuild them, bitch. That's just stupid. Nene is stupid. I don't know what's wrong with her. But why do you think you can talk about people, say anything, treat people like shit, and then come back around to that exact same person? Like, I knew when I started talking about the news station, I always created a level of separation from y'all knowing exactly who and where and what in case I needed to go back. And once I got to a place where I realized I'm never going back no matter fucking what, I'll go work at Walmart before I go back, then it was okay to burn that bridge because I don't need to go back to that bridge. And I really didn't even burn it. I didn't burn it as bad as I could have. I could have just set the shit ablaze. I could have, because I had the following to do so. And I did not. I let it go by the wayside. So there are sometimes some things aren't even worth your energy. She did this to herself. But yeah, let's move on to what Mia said. Hold up. I gotta pull up the post. Hold up. Gotta pull up the post. Pull up the post. Pull up the post. Okay. Hold up. I'm gonna share my screen. It's the last thing, and I'm gonna get the hell out of here, y'all. I really wish Lyric would come home early tonight, but that's okay because I still gotta work out. Anyway, y'all. So this is the tweet. This is the tweet. Are we ready? Okay. Why didn't she want to attend the reunion? Apparently, there was some rumor that Mia didn't want to attend the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. I said, oh, really, bitch? You mean to tell me you did all of this clout chasing, all of this season, getting into fights, acting a fool, fake crying, using your mom as a storyline to endear you to the public after you acted a messy ass fool? You did all of that for you to tell us that you didn't want to come to the reunion show because you you and G felt like the platform wasn't adding value to your lives. Am I clear on that? Child, y'all can see two of my girls right here saying, Nisi said, girl, bye. Erica De Niro said, please, plus go. Okay? Listen, I'm just saying, she said, I'll answer this one because G and I, didn't feel this platform was adding value to our lives. We don't do nasty drama. Oh, you don't? So popping pussy in a strip club ain't nasty. Fucking on one of the clients wasn't nasty. Taking him home and marrying him wasn't nasty. Bringing your mom on to embarrass her so she can finally be held accountable for abandoning you, that wasn't nasty. You getting into it with Candace over and over again over nothing, and then getting on Twitter to say that her husband tossed your salad, that wasn't nasty, Mia. You telling Wendy that Giselle called her a weak bitch. I think that was the wording. That wasn't nasty drama. She says, I should have watched seasons 4 and 5. I thought I was signing up for Housewives of Beverly Hills vibes. I prefer to keep it classy. Mia, I'm sorry to tell you this, honey, but you've never been classy. You're new money, you're thirsty, and you're like glass. We can see through you. You want so badly to be valued and seen as special and to be put on some pedestal so that you can be admonished and worshipped. Yeah, you along with all the rest of the light-skinned women on this show, apparently. But girl, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is not classy. Honestly, from what we understand, it's a lot of gaslighting and racism going on over there. But because everybody has money and they live in Beverly Hills, it's supposed to be better. Let me tell y'all what everybody is scared to tell y'all. Let me tell y'all what everybody is scared to tell y'all. If you get your ass on a reality show, you are no longer as rich and classy and as elitist as you think you are, because you are now on a reality show. Do you not understand? Do you not understand? Being on a reality show means that you need attention so bad that you are willing to embarrass yourself on a weekly basis so that you can get attention from millions of people. People with real money don't need to do that. People with real money would not dare expose their real lives so that y'all can see how they live. They would not dare. They would not dare. Anybody that's on a reality show, for the most part, and I mean the Housewives, follow my life type of reality show, they're not that classy. Even if they have a lot of money, they're not classy. They've always wanted the attention. They've always wanted to be famous, and they just couldn't find a way to make the richness and the fame match. Reality shows allow for rich people who really just want to be famous, and for poor people who want to be famous under the one of also being rich to try to get to that place. Mia, according to you, already had money, but you came on this show because it did what? It would give you more money. How much money did she say she was making a year? $450,000 a year. She said she was already making the amount of money the Housewives make on their show. So you agreed to this little ass check with all of that money you so-called was making, but you thought you were signing up for Beverly Hills. Why would you think that? Why would you think that? What about Real Housewives of Potomac in any of the seasons told you that this is Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Did you want to be on a show that nobody cared about until they got a black person on it? I'm sorry, y'all, but I ain't never heard none of my girls talking about Real Housewives of fucking Beverly Hills until Garcelle Bouvet decided to get on that cast. Nobody cared about them white girls until Garcelle Bouvet went ahead and joined that cast. Before that, I didn't hear y'all saying nothing about Beverly Hills. To be honest, yeah, Alex watches Beverly Hills. A lot of the other, people, they watch it, they review it, but not the way y'all been talking about it and reviewing it lately. It had to get a black woman in order for somebody to care about it. So what are you talking about exactly, Mia? What are you talking about? Because those women would have made you feel like the shit underneath their shoes that they throw out if they ever step in shit, because they're not like regular people that go and wash the shoes off. They're going to throw them away because that's how much money they have. Did you really think that you were going to be invited onto that cast as the stripper prostitute and you were going to be treated like one of the upper echelon? Is that what you thought? Girl, your internalized racism and your lack of personal value in yourself is showing. Ma'am. And that's not to shade anybody, but what I'm saying is, Mia, to xenophobic, elitist white people, you're the bottom of the barrel, ma'am. The only thing that raises you up a notch is the fact that you're light complected and you may have a little bit money now, but your new Riche or Rioche, whatever they call it, new Riche, like your new money, you're not even that much of new money. You're still talking about being a stripper and a prostitute as if it's something for somebody to be happy about. Girl, them white girls were gonna read you up and down the boulevard. They were going to make you feel like they were going to do to you on that show what they're doing to Candace on Potomac. They were going to try to isolate you and make you out to be a villain in some way so that their abuse of you could be validated. Because that's what they're doing to Candace right now, just so we're clear. Candace didn't even do anything that bad this season. And y'all are acting like it's time for her to get kicked off the show. I wonder why. I wonder why. Is it because we're going to leave Wendy alone for this season and then we're going to come back to Wendy next season so we can make sure we get all the brown-skinned people off the show? So Potomac can be the light-skinned Black Housewives show and Atlanta can be the brown-skinned Black women housewives show? Is that what you're trying to do? Is that what this is? I don't know. I don't know if that's what this is. I don't know if that's this is, but I would just like to tell y'all, as much as you wish that you were one of the white housewives, where are their ratings? Where are their ratings exactly? The only reason the white housewives still have shows is because they've either added someone Black to the cast or the network wants to keep them on for some type of, because there's some like seniority. Because there's some seniority. Really, it's because they want to keep the white shows on. The white shows don't do nearly as well as the Black shows in Housewives. Even white people don't watch Real Housewives of New York the way they watch Real Housewives of Atlanta or Potomac for that matter. So you want to go and run to the show where you're not going to get as much attention and the ratings aren't as high? Go ahead. Go ahead. Please get off of the most highly rated Housewives show on Bravo. Please get off of it. Go ahead. Go ahead and go over there to Beverly Hills if you can afford it. Because I don't think you can afford it, honestly. But please, go over there. Go over there and watch you dirty and muddy up Beverly Hills. Watch all of a sudden Beverly Hills become bottom of the barrel and beneath us in some way, because Mia is on there with her craters in her face and her sugar daddy talking about how she can't wait to get home and go let him get on top of her and do his business. Thinking about the days where he used to be swiping his credit card up and down the crack of her ass. Right. That's all the class we needed, right? That's going to class the joint up, Mia. Girl, give me a motherfucking break. You are just like Ashley and Michael. Y'all think having money and being white adjacent, or Michael's case white, makes you classy or above someone or in some way superior, when in all honesty, you're actually the bottom of the fucking barrel. And the reason why you're the bottom of the barrel is because you go through such bottom of the barrel lengths to get your clout. Girl, go to therapy and work on the lack of love and value you feel for yourself because of your mom not being there for you. Go and work on that, because that's what your real issue is. Maybe once you go to therapy and deal with your mom's abandonment and how she continues to treat you, and, deal with the fact that you are looking for a father in G, which is why you allow him to lay on top of you and do his business the way you do and seem so, so happy, just so happy to lay up under that nasty ass old man and let him do his business on you. You're so happy to be disrespected and objectified and turned into just a speaking arm piece that he can tell to shut the fuck up and buy a car for, so that you can guzzle his nasty old cum every night. Yeah, girl, please tell us how we can continue to buy you. Tell us. Girl, please. You can have all the money in the world, but your lack of self-worth is glaring and obvious and low-key pathetic. So there's that. No, I have not even watched Marriage Boot Camp yet. So y'all look for Marriage Boot Camp and Love After Lockup tomorrow. Y'all know I've been doing those together. I don't do them by themselves anymore. So yeah. the read is over. I think I'm done. I think I'm done. But I definitely had to come and read her about that because I was like, oh my God, the internalized racism. Like, really? Oh, you want to go to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills where it's classier? Okay. Right. Because wings next to selling pussy is down here, but lobster next to selling pussy is up here. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all can say as much as y'all want to say about Candace. Candace's ability to have wealth, to have money, to have clout, without having to fuck someone she's not attracted to get it, is the biggest flex of them all. It's the biggest flex of them all. Do you know why? Because every single person on that show that is in that type of relationship, Karen and Ray, Ashley and Michael, Mia and G, okay? All these relationships that to me showcase I didn't really want this man, but this man could provide me the lifestyle that I want to live. So I'm willing to throw up in my mouth a little bit when I'm sucking his dick so that I can get this money, so I can get this lifestyle. Candace doesn't have to do that because Candace's mom gave it to her. And then y'all want her to feel bad about that. And then she gets with a man who actually, she loves and is attracted to, and she wants to be with him. And she's not just allowing him to climb on top of her and give him his, old man worms. Like, he might be 10, 15. I don't even think he's that many years older than her. But I feel like we know the difference between the 20-year age gap that everybody else, the 20 plus age gap everybody else is around here sporting. Thank you, Asada. She don't want that smoke with Erica Jane. You know what's funny is that Erica Jane and them, a lot of those other housewives, the white ones, they can be over there stealing money from the poor. They can be over there lying and cheating and fighting each other and spitting in people's faces and slapping each other and knocking Andy down on the sofa. And it's all okay. But you come to the Black Housewives shows and now we want to create levels and keep moving the levels to which the shit is gutter. All the white people shit is not gutter. They going to jail. They stealing from people. They cheating on each other. They doing drugs, everything. The Black Housewives get into verbal arguments and can sometimes get into a slap boxing match with one another, Monique and, Candace. And all of a sudden, it's bottom of the barrel. This isn't classy. This isn't what we wanted for the housewives. Oh, but when the white women are over there fighting and slapping each other and throwing drinks and all of that shit, then it's all good. Then it's all good, right? It's not bottom of the barrel then. It's still classy. It's still classy when, the White Housewives are fighting and going to jail and knocking Andy around on his ass. It's all still classy then. It's all still classy, right? Because they're white. But because we have Black women over here doing even a centimeter of that, and it's blown into this huge thing where now the Black women have degraded the Bravo brand when the white women have been doing far worse and the same this entire time. And that's what's made Bravo successful. Being able to showcase crazy ass rich people acting like regular people by fighting, fucking, cussing, and drugging and going to jail. But now all of a sudden, we get to the Black Housewives and it's the degradation of Bravo. Child, please. Child, please. Devin, thank you so much for the super chat. Those white bitches have just as much fool of fucking niggatry than Real Housewives of Potomac and Atlanta. Shout out to Roxanne. We know. We just don't watch them. We don't watch them because we're not interested. Teresa's whole family is aggressive as fuck. I mean, they both went to jail. Mommy and daddy went to jail at the same time. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about Monique versus Candace. We're not talking about any of that. What I am saying is, regardless to whether there was a tussle or not, there have been tussles on other shows. There have been all of this on other shows, and never before has this conversation of Bravo being degraded and brought down to this, nasty level because of Real Housewives of Potomac and Candace and all of that. No, motherfucker. This show has been bottom of the barrel. Y'all just convinced yourselves that it wasn't because y'all are paying high dollar for the bottom of the barrel. That's the only difference. Is that they paying these people for their pain. But it's all pain. It's all drama. It's all bullshit. It's all produced. It's all aggy. It's all annoying. It all has racial undertones. Even the shows that don't have Black people on them, I can't watch that because I know what y'all are. Why do I want to watch y'all have a good life? So I can keep thinking about all the Black people y'all probably harmed in the process of getting your wealth? No, thank you. Karen, thank you for the super chat. After that Monique stuff, I really got turned off from Candace. She seems to be insecure and immature and needs to not be on that platform. I don't agree with that. Thank you for the super chat, but I think Candace absolutely deserves to be on that platform. Absolutely. I think that Candace is the star of the show this season. They're trying to make her into the Kenya, but in all honesty, you guys, Giselle is the Kenya. It doesn't matter how you slice it. Giselle thinks she's the Nene, but you're not even entertaining enough to be the Nene. You're the Kenya. I mean, none of y'all is entertaining as Atlanta. None of y'all. That's just the truth of the matter. But they're trying to make Candace into a Kenya. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make her the villain. And I'm sorry, but Candace is not as unlikable as Kenya is. Kenya will go after people's husbands and their marriages. Kenya would do all kinds of crazy ass shit that would make me not like her. Candace is not doing that. Candace just doesn't know how to control herself once she gets upset. It is what it is. But yeah, y'all, I'm done because I still got to find a way to work out, child. But I love y'all so much. So much, so much. I mean, shit, Candace is funny at times too. Candace was hella funny in the confessional this season. Fuck, your mama was funny to me. Not to mention, Bonnie, that all the real scandals happen on the White Housewives shows. I mean, it's just my opinion. That's what y'all here for. All the time Danielle Staub was running scared and no one checked Teresa. Listen. Anyway, y'all, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed. I've been live all day basically today. I gave y'all so much content. Please don't forget to support the channel. Become a member, Patreon, Cash App, Super Chat, whatever y'all want to do. Support the channel. It's greatly appreciated. It's greatly needed. I love you guys. And I'm going to talk to y'all tomorrow. Okay, we'll come back tomorrow for Marriage Boot Camp and Love After Lockup. All right? So y'all have a good rest of y'all night. And y'all pray that I can get my workout on. All right. Peace out.